Hello everyone and welcome to my video. I am very excited to film this video because I wanted to share with you guys my tips and tricks that I've learned along the way on how I style my hair and some hacks that I think would be super useful for you guys in styling your hair, making sure it doesn't look dry, just some tips to make sure that it's looking volumized, it's looking on fleek. Do people still say that? I don't think so. Well, I just want to make sure that you guys are slaying your hair. So I wanted to share with you guys some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. But you guys don't want to hear me ramble about this. You want to hear me ramble about the tips. So let's get started. So the first hack is a really simple one, and it's something that is going to go such a long way. I've been doing this for a while. Pretty much, do you ever look at your hair and look at the ends and you're kind of like, oh my god, this looks so dead, what do I do? Maybe you need to be out the door, you don't really have time to do like a mask or whatever. One of my favorite things to do is to buy oils from Target. These are literally $1 or $2. They're very inexpensive. I use the keratin protein one. It's a soothing shine oil. So pretty much what I do when my hair is looking a little too dry on the ends, which is a lot of the time, I take this oil and I just spread it between both of my hands, and then I just start at the very tips of my hair and work my way up. You definitely want to avoid putting this in the root area unless you want your hair to look super greasy, which I don't think we really want that. So avoid putting it in your scalp area. Keep it mainly in the ends of your hair. And what I've noticed that this oil does as well is that it really brightens up your hair as well. So I have some highlights, and every time I put this into my hair, it brightens it up and adds some more color to it, and it really makes it shine. So I like to use the keratin protein soothing shine oil, but they also have a lot of different kinds at Target. So for my next hack, let's talk about ponytails, because ponytails are one of those things where it could look really good or really flat. And I hate having like a flat ponytail because I feel like I have a small head and I just feel like it accentuates that. I don't know. People feel differently about wearing their hair up. I feel like a lot of people look amazing in it, and I kind of feel like I look like a potato. I don't know. I just don't think it goes with me. So I like to make sure that my hair is volumized so that you can still see like hair, you know what I mean? Because otherwise I just look like an egg and all you see is like my hair pulled back. So what I like to do with this is pretty much once you have your ponytail set, you want to pull it so that it's like at the tightness that you want. And then all you're gonna do is measure about an inch. So I like to use my finger, that's pretty much an inch there, unless they lied to me. I'm pretty sure that's an inch. And then you can just go right above the ponytail that you have already secured. Go an inch above that and secure that. I like to use a brand new ponytail for this just because I feel like it holds better. Once you have that in, I was feeling a little bit like Jasmine. You know, she's got her like hair that she just is always beautifully up, but you want to make sure that you hide that band because otherwise it looks a little funky. So what I like to do is take some hair from the back of my ponytail and just wrap it around both of those ponytails. This definitely works better for someone who has thicker hair, longer hair, hair that you know you can spare so that you can wrap it around, and that way it hides the ponytail and also gives you like this just polished appearance. And that way you have a way higher ponytail than you would just with one, and it kind of like gives it that like volume for the rest of the day. You don't have to worry about it too much. For my next hack, this goes along with the one that I just did, but some people don't have thick hair or, you know, long hair. So in that case, the best thing that I would do if you're trying to do a high ponytail is to add 2 bobby pins to the back of your hair. So all you want to do is lift up your ponytail, take a couple bobby pins and just secure them onto the hair tie. And you can take 2, 3, however many you feel like will do the trick, and then just let your hair flop over, back over, and you have instant volume, and then you can just adjust that throughout the day. So that's great for someone who might have thinner hair, or if you're just feeling on doing something a little bit easier than a double ponytail. So for my next hack, I have been loving these Instagram hairs where they have braids going up the back and then you got your double space buns, or you got a braid going up and you got your hair up, but they are so hard for me to do. Something that's way easier is to just pull your hair up and find where you want it to sort of lay and then tie it up there. The next thing you're gonna do is take that residual hair that's left over and just give it a braid. And I just took that braid and kind of, you know, pulled it apart so that it looks bigger than it is. Once that braid was done, it was the size that I wanted it to be. Literally all I did was pick it up and put it up into the hair that was already secure in the position where I wanted it, and then just spun it around and put a hair tie up, and I had that accentuating braid there without the hassle of having to French braid my hair and go through that whole process. And as you guys can see, I did do both of those for you, but my attempt at a braid in the hair itself was so bad it doesn't even look like a braid is there. So if you're not too good at braiding but you want that sort of like peekaboo like braid behind your hair, then this is definitely a way easier option. So the next hack is one that everyone probably already knows, but dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is my best friend. Like, some days you wake up and your hair is just oily and you're trying to get to school or to work and you just don't have the time to shower. And you know, some people's hair gets greasier than others faster. I know that my sister's hair, after one day, her hair is super greasy, and it's just something that genetically, that's just how she is. So, you know, if you don't like washing your hair every day, or you just wake up one day and you're like, crap, I'm running late to work, what do I do? Grab your dry shampoo. I love to use this Dove one, which is also volumizing and adds fullness. And it smells incredible. People always compliment me when I wear this dry shampoo, which is funny because I don't wear perfume. So literally they're like, oh, you smell so good. And I'm like, oh, thanks, it's my dry shampoo. But it smells amazing, it adds volume, and it takes away that greasiness. So what I love to do is just spray it everywhere where it's greasy. You might want to have it with you to spray throughout the day if you feel like your hair greasens up again. But greasens up, is that even a word? I don't know. Once that's all sprayed in, I like to make sure that I massage it into the scalp. One is because it could leave a white streak. That has happened to me before. It's embarrassing. I'm looking like Bride of Frankenstein out there with my white streak of dry shampoo. So you want to make sure that it's in there and it's not streaky. And then also I feel like this adds the volume that the dry shampoo does. So it's a win-win. Oh, it is hot in here. Alright guys, so my next hack is one that I feel like every girl will love, because who doesn't love a messy bun? The whole part of a messy bun is that it's messy. And yet I feel like it's one of the hardest looks to achieve and make look good, because a messy bun can just look, I don't know, like not the best. What I like to do is take my hair, and you want to make sure that you're not pulling it super tight, because that kind of makes it look really flat. So you want to make sure that when you pull it, you're leaving a lot of volume in the scalp, if that makes sense. You want to make sure that it's not tight. So when you tie it around, once you get close to the end, once you get to the last little tie around, you take it about halfway and leave about half the hair out. And some people like to wear it this way and it's just, you know, easy and ready to go. But what I like to do is take that little tail of hair that's left over, spin it around so that it sort of goes around and hides the hairband, and then bobby pin it into place. And this might be harder if you have layers, because then you got all those flyaways, all of those hairs that just want to stick out and ruin your perfect messy bun. But just try to bobby pin those into place. And then once you have achieved that, you already have the fullness in your scalp because you tied it really, you know, like you gave yourself that volume as opposed to tying it tight. And then once you have all of that done, all you have to do is like pull apart the hair from the ponytail area and just make it look like how you want it to look. So pull some here, pull some there, pull some in the front of your hair if you want more volume there. and it just gives you a perfect messy bun every single time. So for my next hack, this is one that I've been doing recently. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have very thick hair, so it takes me such a long time to style it. So what I like to do is start at about your eyebrows and pull your hair back as though you're doing that Ariana Grande hairstyle. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, do that hairstyle. But you want to make sure that you're putting your ponytail really high up on your head, if that makes sense. Kind of like my mom used to do my hair like this when I was a kid. My hair would literally be up here and then it would just cascade around my face. Yeah, so do that hairstyle. You curl the bottom like you normally would. I had to only separate the bottom into 3 sections on each side, so it was super quick. And then all you do is take that ponytail that you have up at the top and curl those sections. So I separated it into 2, so I have my right side and my left side, and then I separated those 2 sides into 3 because I have so much hair I had to go in sections. So I curled this like I normally would, especially for the top. I like to curl the top a little differently than I do the bottom. So I take the hair and I wrap it around the wand and then I close it, and that gives me a different hairstyle than if I were to just wrap the wand around the hair. But this is what I achieved by doing it that way, and as you guys can see, it took no time at all. Now the next hack goes along with curling your hair, and that's how to achieve big, beautiful curls. So what I like to do to give myself more volume when I curl my hair is take a teasing comb. And it doesn't have to be a teasing comb specifically, it just needs to be one of those combs that, you know, your dad uses to comb his hair. At least mine does. There is a name for this, but I can't remember. But the kind that has this kind of edge right here, take that, and what I like to do is find the dip in each curl. So when it goes in, I like to take the comb into that and just tease it a bit. So pretty much what I do is put the comb in and just pull up, and that just gives the hair way more volume, especially if you go up the hair and do it in each little dip. As you guys can see, on one side I have my hair all volumized from, you know, teasing each curl, and then on the other side this is what it looked like right after I curled my hair, and there is such a big difference between the two. And it's a super easy way to get big curls by just curling your hair, and normally you don't have to do anything crazy. So my next hack is about hairspray, or this could also work with dry shampoo as well. Sometimes those aerosol cans can literally be the most, because I have sprayed hairspray and then I'm coughing and it's everywhere and the whole room smells like hairspray. An easier way to do this is to spray the hairspray onto your hand first and then just scrunch that into your hair. Not only are you going to use less product, but it's also going to make sure that your hair doesn't get super crunchy and hard, and you can do it however much you like. Some people don't like too much hairspray in, some people like a lot of hairspray in, so you can, you know, really control how your hair is going to look, as opposed to when you're, you know, going ham like in Hairspray the movie and you're getting it everywhere and then you can't breathe. This is a way easier option, and I feel like it's a little bit healthier for your hair. Alright guys, so those are all of the hacks that I have for you today. I hope that they are useful to you. I hope that at least one of them is something that you can use. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you guys have any hacks of your own, please comment them down below and we can learn from each other. If you guys have any recommendations for videos to film, also comment them down below. As always, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You don't have to, but the buttons are right there, so you know. Might as well. And I hope to see you guys in my next video.